Howdy ho, friends. Welcome to another episode of Trekking Tuesday. Weather conditions. I left the Mountaineer. It was 39 degrees. High today of 52. No significant wind. A slight chance of rain after probably 9 o'clock tonight. So nothing to worry about. As you suspected, we are not filming a video today for YouTube. Let me explain why. John, the MI Woodsman, forgot to return my nice weather to me on Monday. Basically, it rained for 2 days straight, very heavily, and the area where I want to shoot the video at is now a muck field, or a muck land, or basically a swampland, where digging a trench fire and setting up the atomic oven would be just impossible. So, what have I decided to do? We're way downriver on the other side. I used to frequent this area quite a bit before it just started getting a little too weird out here. In fact, this is somewhat, well, actually over there in the cliffs, that's where me and Jeremy first ran into each other many, many years ago. Used to do a lot of camping out here, and so did he, and I don't know how many times we have crossed paths. Goal today, I want to see if Bunker Island still exists after all the flooding we had last year. I have no idea. Maybe set up a day camp or just keep on hiking. We've got that ready to eat meal to try later on when I get hungry. And whatever happens, happens kind of outing. I really have no significant plans. We might do a... That's kind of cool. Okay. They've really changed this area since I've been out here last. They started maintaining the trail system, which means they patrol it. So a ninja overnight on this side would not be good. And I'm seeing, interesting. Okay, friends, I need to get my bearings real quick, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, this area is turning into a really bad muck pit. But I need to get over that direction. But if we start sinking in too far, we're going to turn around. We're a long ways out to be trying to get help to get unstuck. Oh boy. Well, friends, Shelter Island is gone. This is a little depressing. It used to be right about there, and this creek would go this side, then separate it over on that side. Maybe Shelter Island merged with the creek bank and river bank over there, but I don't think so. I've done a lot of campouts up there. We had the hot tub built on one side. Boy, this flooding has really destroyed this area of the foliage. I kind of recognize this section right here is where I've done several overnights too, but I'm not sure. Man, this place is just destroyed. Let's go this way a little bit. Yeah. We've lost a lot of riverbank because you can see where it's all eroded in. Let's go over here. Yep. Okay. I think I recognize that tree. I think. Nah. Wow. And by the way, this is all pretty much quick silt, so we got to be really careful, and I probably shouldn't be standing this close to the riverbank. But yeah, friends, Shelter Island is no more. A little depressing. Okay, obviously we can't go that way because it will sink in. I'm going to have to come... What in the heck was that? Did you hear that? That was either one of the biggest fish ever or some kind of a creek monster. We're back on the main trail, and I must have picked up at least 2 pounds of mud on my boots. This trail's not too bad because the sun's been hitting it, but if it gets any worse, what we'll do is we'll shoot off into the woods and start hiking along the leaves. That way we don't sink in. I've hiked down the trail a little bit. Then I found a spot with a bunch of leaves. Then I came back out to the creek. And I'm going to be honest with you, it looks like it's moved about 3 foot closer to the railroad. Very interesting. I still do not recognize this area. Yeah, okay. I think there's a big fork down here. We're going to head for that fork where the trail loops around, and you could head back on top of the levee to the trailhead, or you can cut around and head for the railroad tracks. We'll head that way. Then we'll start looking for a day camp area. Let me show you where we are. That is a wildlife reserve, and we've left it right there. That's no man's land. No man's land. And then we cut through this farmer's field, and then you can go up on the levee and walk all the way back to the trailhead. And of course I found this little guy right here. Don't know how long it's been here. I don't even know if it's working. I can't tell if it's got an SD card or not. Update. After closer inspection, which meant I put my glasses on, somebody has already stole the SD card. We have nothing to worry about, but yeah, them batteries are just, they're in there. So I think we're good. Ah, shoot, they're corroded in there. Yeah. All right, we're good. Let's go ahead and head that way now, and we don't have to worry about this cam. But there might be others out there, so now we got to keep on the lookout. Right up there is the Hobo Highway. This is the creek I have to cross. There's my crossing down there. I don't see that happening. Looks like somebody's been doing some target practice over there. But it does look like the creek has moved over 3 foot towards the railroad tracks. Very interesting. Okay. I'm getting kind of wore out when you... 2.6 miles. Average speed 39 yards per minute equal to 1.3 miles per hour. Last takeover. Distance 0.9 miles. Average speed 29 yards per minute equal to 1.0 miles per hour. I'm moving real fast. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, we're going to go down this ways a little bit when we're back on the no man's land, because pretty much from here over is private property, so we need to steer clear of that. There is an easement road so they can get to the pipeline, the gas line, and that is state property. But we're going to stick here on no man's land to stay out of trouble. I do believe it's rest break time. I found this nice sitting tree. It's going to be perfect for a good 10-minute rest break. Maybe a little bit longer. I don't know yet. But what we did was we went in over there, hit the creek, hiked it down a little bit, popped out, and then we basically backtracked, and we're back on no man's land, and then the wildlife reserve is right there. And I think the trail's right there too. So we're real close to the trail again. I'm not sure where I want to go next, but I do know it's rest break time, friends. We hopped back on the trail and backtracked a little bit, and I think we're going to try to make it to the old river cane shelter. I think it's that way. I'm not sure. None of this looks familiar to me anymore. I know when we get to a big catch of river cane, it should be along the edge of it somewhere. So I think we're just going to hike out. Now, the river's that way. Obviously, the railroad's behind us, so we need to keep the railroad behind us. And then the sun, where are you? Right there on our left shoulder, and we should run into it, theoretically. I would say we're officially lost. Not exactly sure where we are. So what we're going to do now As I know, since the sun here is on my left shoulder, if I cut right, we should hit the river right there where them tall trees are. And then we'll get reorientated and then come back in. Boy, did I overshoot by just a little bit. We came out down there 0.2 miles and had to hike all the way back up here and get reorientated. There's the River Cane field, and then River Cane Island, or River Cane Shelter should be, or where it used to be, should be that direction a little ways, probably 0.2, 0.3 miles in. I think we just walked right freaking past it. When we get to the camp, we'll look at the GPS and see what it says, but it would have just been easier for us to backtrack all the way around and then come down and boom, that direction. But oh well. I figured out where I screwed up. I cut in way too early. I should have hiked on down here a little bit further, then came in. Basically, we walked right past it over there. But this is where the River Cane Shelter used to set. There's what's left of my wood pile. Not sure how it got knocked over. I'm thinking flood water probably. I don't even know if that's burnable. It might be. But it was set up right in this area here. Had the fire pit there. That tree are my hammock trees. There's a creek down here. I don't know if there's any water in it. That would be nice if there was, because we could use it. But I'm not sure. Let's take a look-see. No. It actually looks pretty dry. Okay. Yeah, we were right over there. Just hiked right past it. Oh my. We got some fungi growing. It's not doing too good. Woodpecker Hole. In fact, it's probably, nope, not yet. All right, I'm gonna take a break. And probably, I got the shelter here. We can set it up real quick. Actually, you know what I think I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go ahead and set the shelter up. We've got time. It's right there. So let me get that out and get it set up. We have the shelter all set up. And it's kind of like a military half shelter. And I think this is an 8x10 tarp. I did some mods too. Fun fact, the first time I actually used this shelter on a stealth overnight was over that way by the creek where we were earlier today, about 6 years ago. I know, this is a great shelter. I just need to do a little work to it and start using it again. I've used it at Clinton Lake, and what I did to keep the bugs out is, of course, I did the promethium around the perimeter, but I just draped a bug net over the top of it. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and do a fire. A real small one right here is going to be perfect. And we can burn up the rest of this wood, and finding firewood is not going to be a problem today. We got our fire going, and that wood is so freaking wet. Thank God for the egg drop fire starters. All right, we got our meal over here, and I put together a little meal packet. We've got our vegetable stew with beef, ice cream sandwich with dessert, and a drink mix. I picked these up at Academy. They're about $7 to $8, and these are O meals. And they're ready-to-eat meals. Just about the same as you would have in the military, but more of a civilian setup. I don't think the calorie count's the same. These are really easy to do. So first what we're going to do is we're going to pop our package open, and I'm going to try not to damage the zip on it. A little Ziploc feature. And inside we should have everything we need. And there's something biting me. Hang on. Nope, we're good. Not a tick. Everything we need to prepare this meal, if we can get it open. All right. So we pop open our package. This is where the heater is. This is the meal itself, and I'm thinking this is a single size. Bud says it was a single size, so I trust him on that. And then we prepare our meal in here like you would the military ones. So first thing we're going to do is, okay, we're to the second thing now, is we're going to pop open this heater carefully. There we go. Yep. This is a little different than the military rations. Anyway, fun fact, you can make a really cool bomb with these. I won't show you how to do it. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So basically, we're going to put this guy inside. We're going to put the meal inside with it. We're going to make sure the heater's upright. And we'll put the meal in there. Then, we're going to pour water in it. Now, unfortunately, we're going to waste a little bit of my fresh drinking water. Because the meal is sealed, it wouldn't be that hard to put some creek water in there. Just remember to wipe it off the top before you open it up, so there's no cross-contamination. So creek water would work. River water, not so much. All right, I'm not 100% sure how much we put in there. So as usual, we will be winging it. And we should just have to put a little bit on the top. There we go, like so. So I'm going to put, oh my God, we're looking about almost 16 ounces in. Then I'm going to turn that heater sideways because it's not 100% exposed to the water. There we go. Much better. Much better. And it should not take very long for the chemical reaction to kick in. And eventually, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. We should, and not by the batteries, see steam coming out this little hole. Now you can start seeing the steam come out of the hole right there. That means our chemical reaction has started. All we have to do now is wait roughly about 5 to 6 minutes. It has quit steaming, so I do believe we are done. I have a feeling this is going to be hot. Let's not burn myself, shall we? Let's grab a glove. Boom. All right, let's pop this little guy open. The only thing I don't like is the fact that we've wasted a lot of water. Creek water would have been our best bet, but obviously I'm not going to hike over and grab any. Oh yes. Oh, the smell of chemicals. Anyway, that's what it looks like on the inside. Let's try to grab that heater out. Darn it, okay. I was going to use it to put the fire out, but I want to show you what the heater looks like. There we go. It's pretty much wasted. Yeah. All right. Let's put this over here. Get that out of the way. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, that does not look like a very big portion. Let's pop it open. Bud, I do believe you're right, brother. I could eat like 5 or 6 of these darn things. All right, here's our condiment setup. We have a spoon, salt, pepper, and something that resembles a napkin. And let's open it up. Let me look on the inside. Smells really good. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's not even a full-size portion, friends. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh God. It is a little warm, but good. Really good. There's the beef. There's a potato and some peas. Really good. Hot. It definitely heated up. Alright, that is really good. My only problem with it is the portion is very freaking small. Next, it is time for dessert. We're going to have the brand new Mountain House ice cream sandwich, vanilla. Last time we had the mint chocolate chip. It was awesome. Let's see what this one tastes like. That fire is very hot. We need to back away from it a little bit. Wow, that's not bad. That is really good. Gonna have dry mouth though. Thank God we have water. So what are my thoughts on the ready-to-eat meal? Well, I'm going to be 100% honest. And I'm sure Paul, I can't mention his last name, will be doing a video on this too. But the meal was awesome. The portions were way too small. Didn't like the fact that it was so expensive. It was $1.50 cheaper than a Mountain House, but it was still pretty darn expensive. Not good. Would I buy it again? I don't know. I mean, it's really easy to make, but it does create a little bit more trash for you to pack out, which is not a big deal, I guess. The ice cream sandwich, I'm going to have to give that one a 10 out of 10. It was freaking awesome. I love those things. Now I just need to find I think there's a strawberry and then the chocolate and have those two. All right, so for my plans for the rest of the day are, figure out what's biting me. Nothing. We got to let this fire go out, or pretty much go down. So, I think I'm just going to crawl in the shelter here. And sit back and kind of watch them clouds go by. Well, friends, I enjoyed watching the clouds go by so much, I started dozing off. Not a good idea for me to fall asleep right now. The sun is starting to set, and that would not be a good thing. Plus, it's an hour hike out of here, and then it's an hour plus drive home, and it's daylight savings time is over. We're back to regular time, which means I'm an hour behind schedule. We're going to be late. I know it. All right, we need to break the shelter system down, get everything stowed away, and clean the area up before it gets dark, and at least get on the trail. We're all packed up and ready to hit the trail. Fire is 120% out. I'm sure it's out. And if you can look, just kind of take a look here. To the average person, you would never know somebody was here. Now I can tell because you see where it was matted down right there, and that's kind of a dry area. That's from me laying on it, and how the leaves are disturbed. That's where the fire pit was. Okay, we've got two ways we can take out of here. One, we can cut across, hit the levee, hike down. That'll add 20 minutes onto our time. So we're not going to do that. Basically, we're going to weave our way through there and hit the main trail beside the river. Let me check and make sure we got Michelle recording here. And yes, she is on. I'm afraid I'm going to have to get a real GPS. I haven't moved at all, and look what's going on. The problem is when I shut the phone off, it kind of silences the GPS and it doesn't record right and very accurate. That could be a problem if I seriously needed it. Yeah. All right, well, we're going to hike along here. Okay, quick double check. No trash, nothing left behind. All right, we're good. We're going to hike through this maze and then pop out at the main trail, which is only 0.2 miles from where we're at. It's just one heck of a maze. Oh, low bridge. Oh, my lantern. We're back on the main trail. And from this point, right here, all the way to the Mountaineer is roughly 1.9 miles. Not that bad. It should take us, I'm not moving quick. I'm going to say 40 minutes to an hour to get back there. Ah, there's the Mountaineer, right where I left her. We've made it back to the Mountaineer in one piece. I checked the time, if we can see it right there. Yeah, I am very late. It is 7:44. I should have been on the road at 6. The GPS shut off because I was uploading a file. But we got the S Health here, and according to it, I went 6.99 miles, and I got here right about 12, and we're coming out right now. Yeah, that looks right. Not bad. So let's call it 7 miles. Well, let's go ahead and do a recap on the day. We went and did some good hiking, and we went to see if Shelter Island was still there, and it's gone. The floods have washed it away. We went back and went to the River Cane shelter area, set up a nice little day camp. Had that ready-to-eat meal, which was good. It was really good. The portions were small. I could have used a heck of a lot more than what they put in there. Price-wise, honestly, I don't think it's worth it. But if you want to give it a try sometime, I would recommend it. It's good to try once. The ice cream sandwich was really good. And then we kind of hiked out. And I'm going to go home and get in a lot of trouble. So friends, we're going to wrap the video up. Thanks for coming along with me on my journey. And one of these days, I'll see you on YouTube.